Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina, and in today's video, I am going to be wrapping up all of my reading that I did for the year 2024. This is going to be my stats video and will double up as my best book and worst book list for 2024. I do have my reading journal here in front of me, which already has a full quiet flip through. My camera, my memory card, my phone specifically could not really take having all of the whole year in one video because it's super long, so I decided to just make it into a quiet, no commentary sort of full flip through of the reading journal. If you're interested in that, it's already up in my channel, but if you want to get the nitty-gritty explanations and reactions to the monthly books that I read per month, I do have a monthly video for that up already. And yeah, this is going to be just the stats, the best and the worst books of 2024 for me. I will flip to the very back here with the monthly stats. I do have graphics prepared for each of the months, so we're just going to get right into it. 2024 is the beginning of what we call my full reading year, because 2023 I did start reading, however I only read for the last few months of the year. So January, we began with our reading year with a whopping one book. I only read Bunny by Mona Awad in January just to kick off starting the reading year. I gave it a 4-star. It is 305 pages, at least my ebook copy of it, and I read it in ebook, so one ebook. So my stats look so bad initially, but it will get better. And honestly, I haven't even finished making all of my graphics for this in Canva. I'm only up until June, but I already have listed down all of the books and the stats in my notebook here to the side. So for February, we did a little bit better with 2 books, one physical and one ebook. I gave one a 3-star and one a 5-star. 706 pages total read for the month of February, and my 5-star read, my first 5-star of 2024, was The End of Men by Christina Sweeney Baird. I really enjoyed this book. I really do enjoy medical horror drama situation, so it was enjoyable for me. The next month, the month of March, I have finished reading 7 books, 2 digital copies, 4 physical, and 1 audiobook. I gave 1 3-star, 4 4-stars, and 2 5-stars. I have read 1,875 pages and listened to 756 minutes of audio. The 2 5-stars that I gave, which I also really enjoy, The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, which is also medical horror, murder, mystery thriller. And then the classic Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I also really enjoyed this one. The next one in April, I read 16 books, which is kind of weird because I have had eye surgery in April, and yet I have a lot of finished books in April, and that is all thanks to audiobooks. I have listened to a lot of audiobooks this month. So I had read 3 digital copies, 5 physical, and 8 audiobooks, totaling to 2,887 pages and 6,511 audio minutes. I gave 2 stars, 2 books 2.75 stars, 3 books 3 stars, 1 book 3.75 stars, 4 books 4 stars, 1 book a 4.75, and 3 books a 5 stars. So I did rank or rated Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros 2 stars, and the other 2 stars was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. But I gave 3 books 5 stars this month. I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. The 3rd book in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series, The Ship of the Dead. Even though I do enjoy the whole series, book 3 was the 5-star for me. And the other one is Confessions by Kanai Minato, which I highly recommend. It is also drama, thriller, dark kind of horror. So yeah, even though I read 16 books in the month of May, a lot of them are bummers. I read digitally 7 books, 4 physical copies, and 5 audiobooks. And I have read 3,550 pages and listened to 3,719 minutes of audio. I gave 1 of each, 1.25, 1.75, and 2.5 stars. This racked up quite a bit in my lower range because I have read the lowest rated books in my want to read in Goodreads shelf, and I think the 1.25 was The Lost Siren by, I forgot her name, but I believe it's The Lost Siren. I gave 2 books 3 stars, 2 books 3.5, 6 books 4 stars, and 3 books 5 stars. The 3 books I gave 5 stars to is Vengeful and A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab, and the other one is the 3rd book in the Folk of the Air series, or the Cruel Prince trilogy, The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I did not enjoy the first 2 books as much as I did the 3rd book, if I'm being honest. The 3rd book was golden for me. June for me is probably my best reading month. Even though I only had 15 books, I did rack up a bunch of favorites for the month of June. So I read 3 digital, 2 physical, and listened to 10 audiobooks, which is amazing. And I have read 3,461 pages and 8,013 audio minutes listened. I gave 1 book 1 star, 6 books 3 stars, 1 of each for the ratings of 3.5, 4, and 4.5, 3 5 stars, and 2 6-star books. So this is the month wherein I started doing that this video does not end until I get a 6-star book. By 6-star, I mean something that right off the bat, if people will ask me, oh, do you have a recommendation for a book I would probably read? Or what is your maybe favorite book of all time? These 6-star books are the ones that I have right off the bat, consider right off the bat. The lowest rated book that I've read for this month, the 1 star, is sadly Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry if you love it. It wasn't for me, and I had to like stop, not continue with the whole Powerless series. The 3 5 stars that I gave for this month is Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, the 2nd book in the Red Rising saga, and then The Hidden Oracle, the 1st book of The Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. And my 6-star books is Morning Star, also by Pierce Brown, the 3rd book in the Red Rising saga. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it so much. There was no downtime for me for this book, and it takes the cake, really. And then 10 minutes, 38 seconds in the Strange World by Elif Shafak. This is also very much an emotional roller coaster for me. And if you really want like a good cry but also beautiful ending with beautiful writing, I highly suggest 10 minutes, 38 seconds in the Strange World. July, I lie low for a bit. Only 7 books, 3 ebooks, 2 physical, 2 audio, raking in 2,075 pages and 2,327 audio minutes. 5 3 stars, 1 4 star, and 1 5 star for this month. And that is Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. It is kind of LGBTQA+, a little bit of romance, fantasy, and it's beautiful. It's also very beautiful writing, learning to know what love is and what does it mean to be living, and it's beautiful. I really loved it. Now we proceed to August with another 7 books read, 2 digital, 1 physical, and 4 audiobooks, 1,078 pages and 3,276 audio minutes. I gave 1 for each, rating of 2 star, 3 star, and 3.5 star, 2 4 stars, 1 4.5, and 1 5 star. And at 5 star is Mayfly by CJ Lead. This was wild. This is like, if you want to read this book, trigger warning, like big trigger warnings for this one. But to me, it was like, I don't know what the heck did I read, but to me, this is wilder compared to Bunny by No What, if I'm being honest. But I did enjoy it. It's like all of these horrible people get what they deserve in the end, and you don't feel sorry for any of them, if I'm being honest. Now we proceed to September with 9 books, 3 digital, 5 physical, and 1 audio. 1 for each for 3-star rating, 4-star, and 4.5, and a wonderful 6 books for 5-star ratings, 2,612 pages, and 307 audiobook minutes. And the 6 5-star books here is actually the whole 1st to the 6th book of the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I did reread my favorite childhood series, but I did not include the 7th book as a 5-star. It just didn't feel right to me, so I gave it a 4.5 instead of a 5-star. I do have a whole vlog about that, so if you're interested in my nostalgia reread of my favorite books when I was younger, I do have a video up for that if you're interested. And then for the month of October, I racked up a bunch of books totaling to 14, 6 digital, 2 physical, and 6 audiobooks. 2 books for 2 stars, 7 books for 3 stars, 1 book for 3.5, 2 books as 4 stars, and 2 books as 5 stars. I actually forgot what 2 books I gave a 2 star to. But anyway, 3,147 pages and 2,757 audiobook minutes. And the 2 5 stars that I gave was This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab and A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. Blanked out a bit. But of all of the ACOTAR, I really enjoyed ACOWAR. Like, the first 2, it's fine, but ACOWAR was my favorite out of all of them. I tend to really like the 3rd books in series, maybe except for Darker Shade of Magic Book 3 that really disappointed me. But so far, hit or miss, but if it hits, it's good. Like, the 3rd books are pretty good for me so far. And then November, we have 11 books read, 6 digital, 1 physical, and 4 audiobooks. And I gave my lowest rating this month with 1 0.5 stars, 2 2.5 stars, 1 3 star, 2 3.5 stars, 4 4 stars, and 1 4.5 stars, which is like probably one of my worst. If May was one of the worst reading months that I have, this is also like one of the worst. 2,435 pages and 1,787 audio minutes. I'm saying worse, not really that I have a reading slump or I did not read at all, but I read books, but the books are like not good in quality. And the lowest book that I have rated for the whole of 2024 is Clever Creatures of the Night. I even forgot who the author is, but I'll put the picture on the screen. But this is a waste of time. I really hated it. I do have a November and December wrap-up video for my readings for the last 2 months of the year, and I just ranted there. So if you're interested in why I really hated Clever Creatures of the Night, you can go there and watch. And for the month of December, 10 books, very strong 10 books, 5 digital, 1 physical, and 4 audiobooks. 1 book 2 star, 1 book 3 star, 3 books 3.5, 3 books a 4 star, 1 book 4.5, and 1 book a 6 star. Pretty happy to end the year with a 6 star book. 2,455 pages and 1,986 audio minutes. And the 6 star book that I have for this month is The Will of the Many by James Islington. One of probably my favorite books of all time. And I'm debating on whether or not my best book of 2024 is Morningstar or The Will of the Many. They basically have like the same vibes to it. Roman-esque school system in war with like the poor versus the rich and the corrupt, and magic and sci-fi, and I just really enjoyed it. So going back here, this is my monthly statistics page that I have prepared in the beginning of the year, wherein I write down all of the number of books that I read per month. And for the whole year, I have a total of 115 books read, a total of 26,586 pages, listened to 523 hours and 59 minutes of audiobook, 28 physical books read, 45 audiobooks listened to, 42 digital copies read, and then 25 5 or 6 stars read, which is pretty great. Almost a fourth of the books that I've read for 2024 are a 5 or 6 stars, which is great. And bonus content, I guess, is this page. I listed down all of my 5-star here. Worst books of 2024: Clever Creatures of the Night, Powerless, Avalon, Starling House, Murder at Holly House, The Inheritance Games Trilogy. I'm sorry, I didn't really enjoy them. Happiness Falls, Babel is also a popular one that I really did not enjoy, and then The Lost Siren. But my 6 stars, happy to have those 6 stars there. The memorable ones, not necessarily a 5-star, but either 4, 4.5, or 5 stars here. Mayfly, Bunny, Piranesi, The Bayou. Surprisingly, I do have a vlog of that. Surprised that The Bayou was actually kind of okay. And then Confessions, as always. And then my Fable wrap. I did start using the Fable app this end of the year, and this is how it summarized me, and I just copied it. January to March, you open the year with an exquisite mix of scandal, obsession, and dark cravings. Maybe because I've read like Bunny and the end of men, The End of Men, and also What Moves the Dead, and a lot of like creepy, like Tender is the Flesh, those types of books. April to June, From Gods to the Underworld, your mid-year embrace myth, magic, and mayhem. This is when I did all of those mythology ones. And then July to September, A Journey from Seafaring Monsters to Mythic Mysteries, Your Late Year had depth. And this one is also continuing with my mythology readings. And then October to December, you ended with Festive Frights, Navigating Murders, Mysteries, and Holiday Chills. Of course, it's like spooky season, so I read spooky books. And then my reader summary, Serial Adventurer, Cozy Mysteries and High Stakes Fantasies. Your shelf is a melodramatic mashup. Still, you bravely chase chaos wherever it appears. 155 total books read. This is false, not false, but this is over exaggerating it because I did include a lot of manga when I read or like track my Fable progress. So majority of the extra books, the extra 40 books, are 40 volumes of the different manga I've finished reading. So Dungeon Meshi, Marry My Husband, the Werewolf Game, and also Hell's Paradise. So those are like the contributing factors to why it's 155 and not 115. So 40 extra books because of manga. 21-day streak and 3.8 average rating, which is pretty good. Found guilty of having hot takes, giving a 1 star to Powerless by Lauren Roberts, rather than the average, which is 4.25 stars. Found guilty of riding the hype train, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, of course. Whopping 453,481 other Fable readers added this book to a list. This is like Fable readers, not necessarily all of them. There's a lot more of people that read this book but not necessarily log into Fable because they might have been using Goodreads or Storygraph or other apps, or even just doing a book journal and not necessarily using digital means of tracking their books. Found guilty of being too niche. Markheim, Jekyll, and The Merry Man by Robert Louis Stevenson. Only one other Fable reader added this book to a list. Wow, I just wanted to read Jekyll and Hyde and other stories, but somehow it wasn't really that. I didn't really like it that much as well. Top 0.5% of horror readers, top 0.5% of food readers because Dungeon Meshi, that's the one I guess, and top 1% of historical fiction readers. And that is it for my 2024 wrap-up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Do comment down below if what your best book of 2024 is, and if I've read it, or I might add it to my list to read in 2025. And that is it. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, guys, take care and bye.